dove il mare luccica e tira forte il vento su una vecchia terrazza davanti al golfo di Surriento. Un uomo abbraccia una ragazza.
Hi, everybody. This is Joseph Oakley of Stokely Films. I'm the co-writer, the director, and the creator of the new slasher sensation Specimen 6, which will be out on DVD and digital very quickly here. I'm in the last stretch, the short stretch of being able to figure things out and fix things. Gosh, I'm so close to finish the editing on this. I know I keep saying that, but I really am very close to this. I hope everybody's having a great summer. We got this episode right here. It's a very sad, very special episode to us, and we felt like we needed to do it because one of the legends, one of the greats, one of the best actors of all time in my book has passed away. This podcast, what is this podcast, Mariana Chipoletta?
This is the No Country for Joe and Mariana podcast. And today we're sadly sending off John Saxon. He's an actor who he was so versatile in his method, in his character, and I think he was just like a great artist.
Mm-hmm. He was. I grew up with John Saxon. He was in A Nightmare on Elm Street, several of them, part 1, part 3, as well as Wes Craven's New Nightmare. He was in Bruce Lee's Enter the Dragon. The man was a kung fu master. He practiced with Bruce Lee. You don't get cooler than that. He was in bunches of TV shows over the years, $6 Million Man.
He was even on a Wonder Woman episode.
Wonder Woman? I actually
Starsky and Hutch. And there was another show, it's called The Bold Ones, The New Doctors. That I don't know that I ever watched that one, but
the man had a storied career. Usually we're very upbeat and we're kind of jibber-jabbering and stuff like that. We want to have kind of a short conversation, really not much, just kind of a salute, a thank you very much, John Saxon. He's one of the greatest actors of all time in my book. He was born August 5th, 1936, and he passed away very recently, just a couple days ago on the 25th. And I think it was pneumonia, complications of sorts, something like that. He was 80 what? I don't like doing math.
I can't do math. I think he was born in 35 or 36, so he's either 83 turning 84 or 84 turning 85.
The man had a great, very full life, but that doesn't mean that we don't miss him.
Huge filmography.
Yeah, Battle Beyond the Stars from 1980. He was so cool. It's kind of like a Star Wars ripoff, and he kind of played this like Darth Vader sort of character ripoff guy, but the movie is actually in some ways I think even better than Star Wars. So if you go to Amazon Prime, watch Battle Beyond the Stars. He plays a great villain, he plays a great hero, but of course I'll always know him, just like I just said, off of A Nightmare on Elm Street as Lieutenant Thompson, Nancy's father, and he's amazing in that, and he plays this great, he loves his daughter so much, and he did great films like Cannibal Apocalypse. I have a hard time like keeping going about this. I'll probably be able to talk more about it in a couple of weeks after my heart stops aching so much, because this has happened a lot in the last few years because a lot of the greats have passed away. Sid Haig passed away. George Romero passed away. Wes Craven passed away. The great, and I'm not just talking about horror movie people, I'm just talking about the people that I grew up with, the people that I saw. They would come out with movies year after year. They would pop up and I would get very excited. I was like, I love that person. I can't wait to see this movie, no matter what the budget was. I looked up on IMDb earlier, and apparently, John Saxon was working up until this last year, and he has a movie coming out called After the Thunderstorm. It looks pretty cool. It has a cool poster. I haven't seen a trailer. It's supposed to come out December 30th. I don't know if that's going to happen. Who knows what's going to happen this year?
Yeah.
Aliens exist. So the Pentagon confirmed that. So that's pretty cool. Like anything can happen. There's killer bees. There's aliens. There's all sorts of stuff. And but I don't give a shit about aliens. And I don't give a shit about killer bees because John Saxon passed away.
Yeah.
And
you know, he did do so much that he didn't just cross genres. Like he did, you know, horror, but he also did westerns and action films and even Enter the Dragon, you know. But he also kind of went over borders. Um, he plays a Mexican in a spaghetti western, in $1 Too Many. He
plays a
that's just another western. But then in Italy, or he's gone to Italy and he had, you know, just a perfect Italian accent. Um, and he did movies, a lot of what we call polizieschi, which
what
is
is
like
that?
crime movies.
Oh.
And he, you know, often portrays some kind of inspector or someone, like Napoli Violenta, which means violent Naples. And then I Kiss the Hand, Baciamo la Mano. And he also, the $1 Too Many it's in Italian, it's actually called I tre che sconvolsero il West, vado, vedo e sparo, which means the three who shook up the West. I go, I see, I shoot. So it's not even close to $1 Too Many.
That
Okay?
sounds really, they both
That's, you know, that's one of those things where translation, it probably isn't the greatest. And I mean, these were by no means like fantastic movies, but John Saxon's over the top acting definitely contributed to the merit of these movies.
It was solid acting. He was a solid actor, showed up, did his job, and he was a star to many, but he was also just a hardworking dude that you knew it was going to be at the very least a solid film if he was in it.
Yeah.
He's been on TV shows like we talked about, $6 Million Man, Bionic Man, Kung Fu. Cannibal Apocalypse is an amazing horror film, Italian horror film.
He played alongside Clint Eastwood in Joe Kid.
That's
and
right.
That's the one that I was thinking of, where he plays the Mexican revolutionary.
Oh yeah.
And I'm a huge Clint Eastwood fan, so like that one was like the first one that came to my mind when I heard he passed away.
It hits you hard. Like things are hard enough nowadays, and then like one of the legends passes, and it hits you even harder, because when you got a legend, it's like you carry them in your heart, and when they come out with a new movie or something like that, it kind of enriches your life in a lot of ways. And John Saxon enriched my life since I was a young man, and I've seen many of his movies, and I'm gonna miss him dearly. Even though I didn't know him, I knew him through his movies. He meant a lot to me.
Well, you know, he studied under Stella Adler, and she has, you know, she studied under Stanislavski, and you know, she kind of like took those teachings and made them her own, really focusing on the whole empathization and imagination and emotional recall, which to me, character actors who do that, you don't, you just like in any kind of art form, you get a little sense of who they are, you get a little picture into who they are. So because he was such he was using this method, I feel like through his movies you did grow to learn and love him, you know. Like, I mean, I'm not a million years old like Joe, so I couldn't see him in his heyday, but like the movies that I did see, even now, they speak to you, you know. It's kind of like you get to know this character, this person, as they are in the movies, but you feel really close to them after seeing so many of them.
That I couldn't have put it better myself, perhaps because you have that wicked foreign tongue of yours, that romance language. You know how to manipulate the words to get straight into a man's heart.
I'm passionate.
All right, everybody, we're going to keep this one really short. Keeping John Saxon. There's a lot of other people who have passed away recently, and to those who are missing people right now, have lost people, it's hard. I hope you're doing okay out there. Give your loved ones a hug, but remember, they're not gone so long as they are in your heart and you keep remembering the best of them. So and luckily with John Saxon and some of the great ones, we can go back and we can visit them quite a lot, no matter, if you miss them. And hopefully maybe you got some old family videos and photos and stuff of the people you're missing. I miss John Saxon right now. I'm gonna go watch New Nightmare tonight, and I'm gonna go talk to him and hang out with him a little bit, and it won't be so bad knowing that he passed away. So, yeah. But if you're missing someone, maybe go look at a video or a photograph and maybe just talk to them. All right.
Well, chi vive sperando muore cantando.
What does that mean, Mariana?
He who lives with hope dies singing, and I think John did that.
That was absolutely beautiful. That was lovely. All right, everybody, you take care of yourself. So from No Country, from Joe and Mariana, we hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful evening. We'll be back here in a couple days with another special episode. Boy, do we have some special episodes coming up. We have our Baby Frankenstein coming up. We're really excited to show you our review of that. And Rob Zombie review, retrospective, really. We have lots of cool stuff coming out your way, and Specimen 6 will be out very, very soon. I'm working really hard, despite this freaking heat. So we'll get it out to you, and we'll talk to you all soon. All right. God bless. Talk to you soon. Bye.